Hello, my name is Chloe, welcome to my channel. Today I am taking on the massive task of filming my January book haul. So my book haul is absolutely massive, and that is for 3 reasons, maybe 4 reasons. One of which being I went away for Christmas and I didn't get home until mid-January, so I have some leftover Christmas presents. It's also my birthday and I had an insane amount of birthday presents from you guys that were obviously bookish, so I have all of those. I also treated myself quite a lot. It was a very emotional time and treats were purchased. And I also had a fair amount of drama and sadness in the month, which meant that some of you lovely people just reached out for other gifts. So yeah, what I'm going to quickly do is run through my birthday presents. If you're unaware, I put a vlog out which was my birthday vlog, and that was pretty much just me opening bookish presents from you guys, in which I take the book out, tell you the description, tell you who bought it me, etc, etc. So I'm just going to hold up each one now, say the title, the author and who purchased them, but then we'll move on to the books that you haven't maybe seen before. First up, we have The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, Path of Night by Sarah Rees Brennan, which was bought for me by Sarah from Septimus Snape. We then have 2 books. We have If This Gets Out by Sophie Gonzalez and Cale Dietrich, and Covet, still can't say that word either, by Tracy Wolfe, and both of these were gifts from the lovely Kitty. We then have Gilded by Marissa Meyer, which was a gift from Leandra. We have a gift from Jo, which was You'll Be the Death of Me by Karen M. McManus. We have a gift from Becca, which was Desperate Measures by Katie Roberts. Chelsea got me I'm a Therapist and My Patient is Going to Be the Next School Shooter by Dr. Harper. Amy bought me Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. Laura got me Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. We have 3 books from the lovely Freya, who got me Betrayed by PC and Kristen Cast, Confess by Colleen Hoover, and The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. Rebecca got me Horrid by Katrina Leno, and Nina got me Girls with Rebel Souls by Suzanne Young. Rhiannon got me The Woods Are Always Watching by it's by Stephanie Perkins. Alice got me Front Desk by Kelly Yang, and Rachel got me The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. Emily got me Play Dead by Harlan Coben and The Perfect Sister by Zoe Miller. Victoria got me November 9 by Colleen Hoover, and Lindsay got me Midnight in Chernobyl by Adam Higginbotham. Lisa got me Chosen by PC and Kristen Cast, and Ro got me Docile by KM Sparrow, and last but not least, Larissa got me If I'm Being Honest by Emily Wibberley and Austin Siegmund Broker. So that's already 24 books, and that was just for my birthday, so let's move on to the next stack of books. Okay, let's kick this off now with Christmas presents that ran into January. So just a big sorry to anybody who wanted me to have these presents in time. It didn't quite happen, but here they are. I had 2 more bookish gifts from my parents, the first one being Ring by Koji Suzuki, which I've actually started reading. And this one is a horror, a Japanese horror, following when the body of a young girl is found at her home in Yokohama, contorted in fear, but the cause of death is a mystery. Soon afterwards, the bodies of 3 more teenagers are discovered, dead in chillingly similar circumstances. Sensing a story, journalist Asakawa becomes fixated on unravelling the cause of this bizarre sudden death syndrome. He discovers that the 4 victims had shared a log cabin for one night, exactly 7 days before their deaths. In the cabin, Asakawa finds a nightmarish secret, a curious videotape which plays not a movie but a strange collection of abstract subliminal images, concluding with a portentous message. Those who have viewed these images are fated to die at this exact hour 1 week from now. If you do not wish to die, you must follow these instructions exactly. Then the tape cuts to static. It says, the ultra cool supernatural thriller that inspired the cult Japanese movie and the Hollywood remake of the same name. And I have never seen the movie, or movies as it says, but I am halfway through this book and I don't particularly care for it. I got this, or I put it on my wish list on Chelsea's recommendation, and I understand why Chelsea liked it, but for now I'm a little bit bored, and I've been reading this since the 10th of January. I just keep dipping in quickly. Hopefully I'll finish it this month, but yeah, we will see. The other book my parents got me I have alluded to throughout this video because it is marked by PC and Kristen Cast. This is the first book in the House of Night series, which I did read most of as a teenager, but then I unhauled them all. And I kind of want to remember the hype. I remember them being really, really good. So I have Marked, and then I have Betrayed and Chosen from Freya and Lisa as birthday presents, but my mom did start off the collection. This follows 16-year-old Zoe, who loses everything when she is marked as a vampire. Her flaky best friend, a boyfriend who drinks too much, and a stepfather who had torn her family apart. Instead, she gains a place at the House of Night, the mysterious vampire finishing school she will attend for the next 4 years, if she survives. And what better reason to survive and develop her intriguing new powers than Eric Knight, the gorgeous sixth former Zoe is irresistibly, dangerously drawn to. And yeah, I remember this being such a good time, so I can't wait to kickstart this series again. We then have a present from the lovely Rachel, who got me The Appeal by Janice Hallett. This is a book I've already read. I read the paperback. She got me this very, very snazzy hardback copy, which is so, so cool. I think it looks absolutely amazing. But The Appeal is a murder mystery told completely through emails, and I loved it so much. It didn't make it onto my favourites book of last year because I do think there could have been some improvements. And actually, I lie. It's not just emails. There are text messages and stuff and case files, but predominantly emails. I would just recommend this as a cozy murder mystery. It's quite fun to read and try and work out who you think the killer is, because the whole reason this case is being read is that there are some law students, I think they are, or apprentices, and they are being told that they should work out who the murderer is through the email. So you're working it out with them, and it's so much fun. So thank you, Rachel, for this hardback copy. Next, we have a gift from Mal, from a book fiend named Mal, and that is A Lesson in Thorns by Sierra Simone. I hadn't heard too much about this, but I know that Steph from Steph Loves enjoyed it, and that's, to be honest, that was all I needed to want to give it a go. It's not too long, it looks quite chunky, but it is just over 300 pages. And I mean, the cover's gonna draw quite a few people in, I think. So thank you, Mal, for this one. I am not gonna repeat the whole back again because when I tried, I really struggled. But thank you so much for my gift. I'm very intrigued, and yeah, I'm definitely gonna be putting this, you know, spine showing on my shelves because it's a little bit much. On a completely different vibe, we have a gift from Leanne, who got me When Life Gives You Mangoes by Karen Gettin. This one looks so, so cute. Like, look at this cover. Isn't that adorable? And this says, nothing much happens in Sycamore, the small village where Clara lives. At least that's how it seems. She loves eating ripe mangoes fallen from trees, running outside in the rainy season, and escaping to her secret hideout with her best friend Gaynor. There's only one problem. She can't remember anything about the previous summer. When a quirky girl called Rudy arrives from England, everything starts to change. Gaynor stops acting like a best friend, while Rudy and Clara roam across the island and uncover an old family secret. As the summer reaches its peak and the island storms begin, Clara's memory starts to return, and she must finally face the truth of what happened last year. Somebody told me that they were told this book was like another book, and that completely spoiled everything for them. So I can think of what book it might be that this follows the same storyline, but this is a middle grade, it's teeny tiny, and thank you, Leanne, for adding this gorgeous artwork to my shelves. Next, we have a gift from Nicola. This is The X Talk by Rachel Lynn Solomon. This is a book about a podcast or radio. Public radio co-hosts navigate mixed signals in this sparkling romantic comedy debut. There is a lot on the back, so I won't go into full detail, but I wanted this after hearing Heather from Bookables talk about it. I normally trust all of her recommendations, and yeah, this one did float around on BookTube maybe a year ago, and as it says in the note, I am the queen of going through your backlist, and yes, you are. But this is about Shay and Dominic. Shay is the producer at her Seattle public radio station. Can't imagine working anywhere else, but lately it's been a constant clash between her and her newest colleague, Dominic, who's fresh off a journalism master's program and convinced he knows everything about public radio. So I think that sounds like a lot of fun. Next, we have some presents from the lovely Emily, from Emily Kathleen Reads. She got me Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, Daughter of Chaos, which is book number 2 in this series. So actually, I don't know much about what these are about. I used to love the old TV show Sabrina, and I have watched nearly all of the new Sabrina, so not quite sure which direction these are going to go in, but it looks like a very fun time, and I would recommend the show if you haven't watched it. And she got me another book, so thank you so much, Emily, and that is Dr. Jekyll and Mr Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. I love the cover of this book. I was specifically looking for this Penguin English Library edition. I think it's so, so cute. And I don't actually know anything about the story of Dr. Jekyll and Mr Hyde. A lot of people, I guess if you're around the same age as me, may have been addicted to Once Upon a Time at a time. And there is an element with Dr. Jekyll and Mr Hyde. And I kind of understood it then, but I knew nothing about the story. I never had to read it for school. I've avoided all other cultural references to it. So yeah, I want to read the original work. And the final Christmas present I have here is from the lovely Amy, and that is Comfort Me With Apples by Catherine M. Valente. And this is the tiniest book you have ever seen in your lives. And I cannot wait. This is one of Kayla from Books and Lala's new favourites, I think. Why am I doubting all opinions I know about books? This says, Sophia was made for him, her perfect husband. She can feel it in her bones. He is perfect. Their home together in Arcadia Gardens is perfect. Everything is perfect. It's just that he's away so much, so often. He works so hard, she misses him, and he misses her. He says he does, so it must be true. He is the perfect husband, and everything is perfect. But sometimes Sophia wonders about things. Strange things, dark things. The look on her husband's face when he comes back from a long business trip. The questions he will not answer. The locked basement she is never allowed to enter. And whenever she asks the neighbours, they can't quite meet her gaze. But everything's perfect, isn't it? Doesn't that sound like such a fun time? I cannot wait to read this. Okay, now we have a few arcs that I received this month, one of which I forgot I need to read like now, so get on that, Chloe. It is We Were Kings by Court Stevens. This says, guilty or wrongly accused, pick your side. And I believe it is a YA mystery revolving around a, maybe it's not YA. The murder happened 20 years ago. Does it say YA? Yeah, I think it is YA. Of course it is. This is from Harper 360. YA sent me this book. Duh. Chloe, I was having a moment. But this is about a crime that happened 20 years ago. So I assume we're going to flash back into the past. That would make sense. And there is now an accelerated death penalty where 20 years ago, 18-year-old Frankie Quick was convicted of murdering her best friend, Cora King, and sentenced to death. Now the highly debated Accelerated Death Penalty Act has passed, giving Frankie 30 final days to live. Surprising everyone, one of the King family members sets out to challenge the woefully inadequate evidence and potential innocence of Frankie Quick. So I'm actually going to have to prioritise this on my TBR. I should have read it by the time this video goes up. Will I have? Probably not, but I should have. So we have this one. And then they were gracious enough to send me the Book of Living Secrets by Madeline Rue as well, which has one of the most gorgeous covers I've ever seen. Like, isn't this amazing? But this one comes out end of March, and this is following they say for fans of Hazelwood, and I didn't really love Hazelwood, but I liked the premise, so I'm hoping that this is the Hazelwood with better storytelling. Just my quick take on that. This is about Adele and Connie, who are obsessed with the book series, and they get the opportunity to enter. It's a gothic romance novel called Moira, and then they can enter the world of the book, but suddenly they're in the world of Moira, living among characters they've obsessed about for years, except it's not all they remembered. The world has turned upside down. And yeah, it just sounds so much fun. I'm very excited. And this cover, if I didn't say it enough the first time, is just gorgeous. Now I have some books I got myself at random times for different reasons. So let's talk through them. The first one, kind of a gift, kind of bought, didn't know where to class it, so it's in the bought section, is The Modern Fairy Tales by Holly Black, which I actually got from Rhiannon when she was doing her unhaul. I really wanted to buy it off her, she wouldn't really let me, we kind of came to a middle ground, so that's why I didn't know what category to put it in. But yes, this is the binder of Tithe, Valiant and Ironside. And Tithe was actually one of the first books I remember reading, like full-length novels. I remember not being far into high school and not being able to put it down. I thought it was absolutely amazing, so I wanted to reread it, and this book is absolutely gorgeous. Just on the inside, I don't want to spoil any of the books. I assume this just tells us about Tithe. Yeah, there's no like separate description. So when Kay saves the life of a strange injured young man in the woods near her New Jersey home, she has no way of knowing that her life has changed forever, for she will soon become an unwilling pawn in an ancient power struggle between two rival fairy kingdoms, a struggle that could very well mean her death. And yeah, I remember thinking it was the best thing since sliced bread. So when I saw Rhiannon getting rid of this, I thought I finally get to reread Tithe and I can carry on with the series. So thank you for providing, Rhiannon. Next up, we have my favourite book in this haul by a mile. You will see why. This is Montana Midwife by Cassie Miles. It's part of a Harlequin romance series. I still need to scrub this off. I got it for $1 in a vintage store. This is number 1384 of the Harlequin romances, and it's listed as romantic suspense. Let me read you the back. I will do it dramatically. Rushing to the aid of a pregnant woman, midwife Tab Willows arrives at the grisly scene of a murder. Then sexy Aidan Gabriel lands his rescue chopper and Tab comes face to face with her secret teenage crush, and he's only gotten better with age. Aidan had been unaware that Tab was back in town, and more stunning than ever. The half-crow beauty has always been a mystery, but she can't hide her fear upon learning a serial killer is loose in the mountains of Montana. Insisting she move to his ranch while the investigation intensifies, Aidan suddenly finds his home isn't big enough. He could swear protecting her was why he wanted her by his side. Now imagining a life without her is why he wants her to stay. Enough said, right? Next, I got an absolute steal from the works. This is The Shelf by Helly Acton, which was in the 3 for £5 deal, meaning £2 each. If bought individually, of course, otherwise that would make no sense. But this is a book I've had on my wish list for a very long time, and when I saw it for £2, I couldn't not. It says everyone in Amy's life seems to be getting married, having children and settling down, also Instagram tells her, and she feels like she's falling behind. So when her long-term boyfriend surprises her with a dream holiday, she thinks he's going to finally pop the big question. But the dream turns into a nightmare when instead she finds herself on the set of a Big Brother-style reality television show, The Shelf. Along with 5 other women, Amy is heartlessly dumped live on TV and must compete in a series of humiliating and obnoxious tasks in the hope of being crowned the keeper. I think it sounds like so much fun and just really interesting. I love books with a reality TV twist like The Selection by Kira Cast. So yeah, I'm very excited about this one. Okay, next up we have another one from the works, which is the X Hex by Erin Sterling, which I got for £3. I won't lie, I saw on TikTok that this was going around in the works, so I went to get it, but I actually got my original recommendation from the Book of the Month YouTube ads that were all going around at the same time, where the X Hex was one of the books. It says never mix vodka and witchcraft, and I believe, I won't read the whole blurb out again, but I think this is about a woman who is a witch, kind of, not really, and she casts a hex on her ex-boyfriend, which she doesn't quite think is going to work, but it does. And it says, as the curse starts to affect the magic of the town, resulting in murderous wind-up toys, an outraged ghost, and a surprisingly talkative cat, Vivi and Reese must put their personal feelings aside and work together to break the curse and save not just the town, but also Reese's life. And I think it sounds like such a fun time. It's also very short compared to what I thought it would be. It's like 308 pages. Wow. Next one I got on BookSwap that I'd had my eye on for a while is Convenience Store Woman by Sakaya Murata. This one's very short on the back, so I will just read it to you. I feel like I've read it so many times because this was in my vlog where my SD card corrupted. But it says, Kaiko doesn't fit in. She's 30 years old. She's 36 years old. She's never had a boyfriend and she's been working in the same convenience store for 18 years. Her parents wish she'd get a better job. Her friends wonder why she won't get married. But she knows what makes her happy and she's not going to let anyone take her away from her convenience store. It's very, very tiny. I think it'll be great for a readathon, and I like the fish. So moving on. Another one I got from BookSwap is Bloodlines by Rochelle Mead. This is the author of The Vampire Academy, and I still don't know how this links to The Vampire Academy, but I think it sounds very, very interesting, and I loved the Vampire Academy series, so when I saw this going, I thought I'd get myself a good copy. I have never actually read the back. Sydney belongs to a secret group who dabble in magic and serve to bridge the world of humans and vampires. Oh, I remember Sydney the character from The Vampire Academy. But when Sydney is torn from her bed in the middle of the night, she fears she's still being punished for her complicated alliance with Dampier Rose Hathaway. What unfolds is far worse. The sister of Moroi Queen, Lissa Dragomir, is in mortal danger and goes into hiding. Now Sydney must act as her protector. The last thing Sydney wants is to be accused of sympathising with vampires, and now she has to live with one. And yes, I remember the character. That is very exciting. We're now getting on to books I paid full price for, which barely ever happens. The first one is Planet Barbarians by Ruby Dixon. So, like everybody, I read the e-arc of this through Kindle Unlimited, and when I was in Target with Cole's stepmom, I saw that they had a printed copy, so I got it. I paid $16 for this thing, and it's just so I can read blue alien smut easily. I feel like everyone knows what Ice Planet Barbarians is about. If you don't, and you're innocent, don't go near it. If you're intrigued, blue aliens with interestingly shaped male anatomy, yeah, you catch my drift, and a strange greeting that involves an extra nipple. I'll stop there. Then I have a book from potentially one of the favourite author, very excited, Chasing Lucky by Jen Bennett. So I have to have the American hardbacks of Jen Bennett's books so they all match together, and I found Chasing Lucky. I didn't, that's a complete lie. I ordered it on Amazon to Cole's house because I needed to have it. I won't even read what this is about again. I've read it so many times. I've been very, very excited by this, and yeah, I cannot wait to get around to it. I'm not going to prioritize it because I feel like I waited long enough to get it anyway. I'm not absolutely like passing out with excitement about having this anymore, which is weird for me because I was when I realized I could order the American copy. But yes, very excited about it. Will hopefully read it sometime soon, but it's not on my absolute priorities. And then we have a pre-order, which is The Wyford Code by Janice Hallett. This is the author of The Appeal, which I've shown already as my Christmas present from Rachel. And this book came out near the start of January. This one I've barely looked into, apart from when I hauled the book itself in a vlog. It says 40 years ago, Stephen Smith found a copy of a famous children's book by disgraced author Edith Twyford. The margins are full of strange markings and annotations. Wanting to know more, he took it to his English teacher, Miss Isles, not realising the chain of events that he was setting in motion. But basically, this is another murder mystery, this time told in audio files, not emails, and I'm excited. The fish is also very weird, but I like it. Moving on to the last couple of books, these are some lovely gifts from you lovely people that weren't relating to Christmas or my birthday, because like you don't spoil me enough. First up, we have The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas, which was from the lovely Charlie. The note actually says, it's in my journal, it says, I love watching your vlogs, just wanted to send you something and hopefully put a smile on your face after returning to the UK, which I really, really appreciated. It was obviously a little bit pants for me, coming back from America, knowing I wouldn't see Cole for, it was about 160 days at the time, and yeah, just not a fun time. But things like this really, really cheered me up. This is a fake dating trope, including a wedding in Spain with Catalina Martin, who tells a little white lie about her American boyfriend. Now everyone she knows, including her ex-boyfriend and his fiance, will be at a wedding that she is bringing her American boyfriend to as a date. Very excited. This sounds like such a fun time. It's chunky, but thank you so much for this, Charlie. Really, really brightens my day, and it is absolutely adorable looking. I think I'm going to try and read it this summer. Next, he won't be watching this video, especially to this point, but we have a gift from Uncle Rod, who got me Capones Cornfields by Dan Cherney. This is The Mob in the Illinois Valley, and I am so excited. This is the story of the story. It's not the story. This is non-fiction surrounding Al Capone and events, including him, that happened around Cole's town. So I really appreciate this. It says, what mob boss won kudos from the Ottawa City Council? What brought Jimmy Hoffa to LaSalle County? The Illinois Valley boasts beautiful Starved Rock State Park, which I love. Acres of verdant farmland and lively small towns. However, the region has also had its share of vice and ties to the mob. Area reporter Dan Cherney has unearthed more than 30 cases in which organised crime touched on or clobbered the Illinois Valley, ranging from moonshine to murder. I think this sounds great. I can't wait. I can't wait. We then have some amazing gifts from Freya, just because Freya is insane. We have Near the Bone by Christina Henry, Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, and, if I can pick it up, The Crown of Gilded Bones by Jennifer L. Armentrout. All of these books. And these were to say, just a little something to say congratulations on the Patreon. I'm so excited to be a member of the Cullen House, is inside Kingdom of Flesh and Fire. They were all just nice little presents. And Freya spoils me. Like, my voice is gone. She's insane. She's insane, but we appreciate her so much. So we have both of these, which are books 2 and 3 in the From Blood and Ash series. So I can't really tell you too much about them, apart from telling you From Blood and Ash is a kind of vampire romance fantasy thing. And I now have books 2 and 3, which could kill a man, quite frankly. They really could. Oh God, nearly dropped them. And the other one she got me, as I said, is Near the Bone by Christina Henry, which I've heard some amazing, amazing things about. This says, Mattie can't remember a time before she and William lived alone on a mountain together. She must never make him upset, but when Mattie discovers the mutilated body of a fox in the woods, she realises they're not alone at all. There's something in the woods that wasn't there before, something that makes strange cries in the night, something with sharp teeth and claws. When 3 strangers appear on the mountaintop looking for the creature in the woods, Mattie knows their presence will anger William. Terrible things happen when William is angry. Doesn't that sound amazing? And I can't gush about Freya anymore, so I will stop, but I don't deserve her. Another present I did not deserve is Survive the Night by Riley Sager, which is from the lovely Victoria, who got me this because she couldn't hug me. What do I do to deserve these friends? Because it's madness. But Survive the Night. Anyway, before I cry, this is a book haul, not the emotions behind the book haul. But this is a book about a girl who gets a ride share home from college with some guy she's been like matched to on campus. I'm not quite sure how it works, but it says 1 passenger, 1 night, 1 road trip, 1 suspected serial killer behind the wheel. I believe it follows the story of the passenger figuring out that the guy driving the car could be the serial killer, and tensions that go with that is what I think is going to happen. But yes, I don't deserve this. And the final book I do not deserve is How to Kill Your Family by Bella Mackie, which is a gift from the lovely Rebecca. This one says, because why not a thriller about killing your family to help make you feel better about being home? Because this was also a gift for when I got off the plane. But this one is about, I don't actually know the main character's name, I don't think it says, but our main character who has killed several people, some brutally, others calmly, and yet I currently languish in jail for a murder I did not commit. This cover is amazing. It says, kill my family, make a claim on their fortune, get away with the above, adopt a dog. Grace. Meet Grace Bernard, daughter, sister, colleague, friend, serial killer. I think it sounds amazing. I do not deserve you, Rebecca. I don't deserve any of you people. You guys are just amazing. So, you would not believe how many books this looks like there. Do I need to count them all? I think I do. Exactly 50 books. No, I tell a lie. 51, because I didn't put this in the book haul pile, I put it in the reading pile. I'm lost for words. This footage is very long now. I just want to say a massive, massive thank you to anybody who contributed to this book haul. I love you guys so much. I have nowhere to put these books, so this is going to be a very interesting organisation of my bookshelves. I don't deserve you. I love you so much. Thank you to everybody who watched this video. I really, really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.